Okay, so picture this. You've just arrived, maybe stepping into the amazing buzz of an Indonesian city. It's vibrant, exciting.
Totally. Sights, sounds, everything happening at once.
Exactly. And you want to explore, but first you need to find that place. Maybe it's a famous market or, a specific restaurant you read about.
But you look around and it's maybe a bit overwhelming. How do you actually ask someone for directions?
Yeah.
And understand them?
Right. That's what this deep dive is all about. We're looking at this great set of notes, focusing specifically on the language, the phrases, the cultural bits for asking for and getting directions.
Yeah, these notes are fantastic, really practical stuff. They cover the essential vocabulary, the grammar you need, sample phrases, even cultural context.
Consider this your practical guide, our mission today, to break down these key pieces from the notes so you can navigate, well, maybe not quite like a local straight away, but definitely feel more confident asking for help.
This is basically your shortcut to getting oriented and figuring out those turn-by-turn instructions when someone helps you out.
So let's start at the beginning. You see someone, they look approachable. You can't just walk up and ask, where is the station? Right. Politeness first.
Absolutely. The source material really stresses this. You need that polite opening. And the key phrases it gives are permisi, pak.
Which is excuse me, sir.
Exactly. And permisi, but for excuse me, madam, that little word, permisi, it's essential.
Sets the right tone. And the notes also mention maaf, I'm sorry, as another polite way to sort of interrupt someone or get their attention.
Yeah, it just shows that respect before you launch into your question. So you've got their attention, now what? The main thing you need is where is.
Okay, the fundamental question. The notes give us the main structure for this.
Yep, it's the place name. Ada di mana.
Ada di mana. Let's break that down a bit from the notes. Ada is exists or is there.
Right, and di means at or in, and mana is where. So literally exists at where, but functionally it's just where is.
Makes sense. So you just put the place name first. The examples were perpustakaan ada di mana for where is the library.
Or bioskop ada di mana for the movie theater. Super useful structure. You just swap in the place you need.
Okay, simple enough. But the notes also give another way to ask, right? More about the route.
Asking which way to. And for that, the structure is the place name, lewat mana.
Lewat mana. So lewat here means?
It means through or via. So you're asking essentially which way do I go via to get there?
Okay. Like the example, tempat parkir lewat mana. Which way to the parking lot? Or which route goes to the parking lot?
Exactly. It feels a bit more like asking for the path, not just the final location pin on a map.
Gotcha. So 2 good options for asking, but then comes the tricky part, understanding the answer.
Right. Asking is only half the battle. Let's get into what people might say back to you. The basics first. Going straight.
What's the phrase for that?
According to the notes, it's jalan lurus terrace.
Okay, jalan is road or walk, lurus is straight. The terrace is continue.
Pretty much. Walk straight, continue, or just keep going straight.
Jalan lurus terrace. Got it. Now the big ones. Turns. Left and right.
Yeah, crucial. The verb for turning is belok. So belok kiri is turn left.
Kiri for left, okay.
And belok kanan is turn right.
Kanan for right, simple. Belok kiri, belok kanan.
The notes do quickly mention putar means to go around, or like a U-turn, just so you don't mix them up. But belok is your main one for street turns.
And people won't just say turn left, they'll usually say where to turn left, right. using landmarks.
Exactly. And the notes show how they connect the turn to a place using D, meaning at.
So how does that structure work? I saw something like sampai di.
Yeah, sampai di, landmark or place, belok. Sampai di means when you arrive at or when you get to.
Ah, okay. So the examples make sense now. Sampai di persimpangan belok kiri. At the intersection, turn left.
Or sampai di lampu merah, belok kanan. At the red light, turn right. It links the action to the landmark clearly.
And there was that simpler one too. Belok kiri di sebelah sana. Like turn left over there. Pointing, maybe.
Yeah, very direct. So besides turns, you also need to know how they describe the final spot. Like where it is relative to something else.
Right, like it's opposite the bank or in front of the shop. What phrases do the notes give for that?
Key ones are di depan, meaning in front of.
Okay, di depan.
And di seberang jalan, which means across the street.
Di seberang jalan, across the street. Got it.
And they also mention the word berada, which is a slightly more formal way to say located at.
Ah, okay. How does that look in the examples?
Like toko buku berada di depan supermarket. The bookstore is located in front of the supermarket.
Okay, that's clear.
Or restoran itu berada di seberang jalan dari bank. That restaurant is located across the street from the bank. It helps you pinpoint it once you're nearby.
So putting it all together, we've got greetings, asking where, understanding directions, understanding locations. The notes also list some core vocabulary, right?
Yeah, words that pop up a lot. Stasiun for station, obviously important.
Kereta api for train.
Dekat for near or close. That's useful.
Dat for road or street. Kiri for left. We mentioned that. And crucially, mengerti for understand.
Yes, mengerti. And knowing how to say you don't understand is vital. The phrase is, saya tidak mengerti.
Saya tidak mengerti. I don't understand. Good safety phrase.
Definitely. And the notes have that little sample dialogue which shows all these pieces working together between Wahyu and a stranger.
Oh yeah, let's quickly walk through that. It starts politely.
Wahyu says Permisi. Excuse me. Then the main question. Stasiun kereta api ada di mana? Where is the train station?
And the stranger says, dekat kok. It's close. Nice and reassuring.
Then the directions. Belok kiri di sini setelah lewat tu jalan. Belok kanan. Turn left here. After passing 2 streets. Turn right.
Combining the turn with the sini here and the setelah lewat after passing the structure. Nice.
And the final clue. Ada di sebelah bank. It is next to the bank. Using sebelah for next to Stella.
Wahyu confirms repeating parts. Okay, belok kiri di sini, terus setelah lewat tu jalan belok kanan. Good idea to repeat.
Definitely helps confirm. And then Wahyu confirms understanding. Saya mengerti. I understand.
And finishes with terima kasih. Thank you. A perfect little exchange using all the bits we talked about.
Exactly. It shows how it flows. And one more thing the notes touch on, which is pretty interesting, is the cultural side of actually getting around. Beyond just walking.
Ah, yes, the transport options. Buses, obviously, are a big one.
But also the really local stuff. The notes mention Bajaj. Those noisy little 3-wheeler taxis you see, especially in Jakarta.
Right. And ojek, the motorcycle taxis. Super common.
Becak, the pedal-powered rickshaws.
Mm-hmm.
And then microlet or angkat, the little minibuses that run set routes.
Quite a variety. And there was a really important practical tip in the notes about fares for some of these.
Yes, absolutely crucial. For Bajaj, ojek, and Becak, you must negotiate the price beforehand. Agree on the fare before you get in.
Okay, that's vital info, whereas the microlet fare is usually fixed based on distance.
Right. That negotiation for the others is just part of the process. Good to know.
Definitely. Okay, so quick recap. We've covered how to politely get attention, Permisi, maaf. How to ask where is, ada di mana, and which way, lewat mana.
We looked at understanding directions. Go straight, jalan lurus terus, turn left, right, belok kiri kanan, and linking turns to landmarks. Sampai.
Plus, understanding relative locations di depan di seberang jalan, and key vocab, like dekat, near, and mengerti, understand. And we saw it all in action in that dialogue.
And don't forget the transport rundown buses, bajaj, ojek, bikrak, mikrolet, and that key cultural point about negotiating fares for some of them.
So you really do have a solid foundation now from these notes. The language tools to step out there, ask for directions, and hopefully understand the reply.
These phrases are your starting point for those interactions, turning potential confusion into, well, finding your way.
Okay, so here's something to think about, connecting back to that cultural note. Knowing you need to negotiate fares for things like a bajaj or an ojek, how might feeling more confident asking Malat Mana, knowing how to ask about the route or which way potentially affect how you approach that negotiation? Does knowing the way, or seeming to know the way, change anything when you agree on that price up front? Something to mull over.
Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.